The only state that buys more textbooks than Texas, state of California. Now a state senator there is taking steps to make sure the Lone Star State's changes don't make it into California classrooms. Adam Housley with the news live in Los Angeles. Adam, this is not, as I understand it, the first time that textbook content has caused quite a stir there. What changes has California made in recent years?
Yeah, Greg, we covered that textbook controversy here in California back in 2003. It really extended on for a couple of years. And to give you the latest number, California spent $633 million back in 2007 just on textbooks alone. So we are, as you mentioned, the biggest buyer. We had a chance to take a look at some of the words out there. What California does is a two-step process. They have a group that looks at the books that have been proposed, then they propose changes to those books. Then the school districts can buy those books approved, or they can buy other books that weren't approved, but they have to use their own money, not state money, for the books that weren't approved. Let's give you some of the words that were suggested or changed. First of all, lumberjack, a word that, commonly used. In fact, Northern Arizona uses it as their nickname for their sports teams. Can't use lumberjack. Instead, you need to use woodcutter. That's more appropriate, according to California. Bookworm, a word that I actually was called and had no problem being called a bookworm. I liked to read when I was a kid, but no longer can you say bookworm in California, or no longer are you supposed to. Instead, you need to be called an intellectual. And finally, one that's really caused a lot of controversy at the time and still does in some circles, founding fathers. Founding fathers is considered too male-centric. Instead, they say, use the word or use the framers instead of founding fathers, Greg.
Well, you know what? I grew up in California. I'm going to still say founding fathers and bookworm and lumberjack. I don't care what they say. How do they intend to keep the Texas standards out of California?
Well, State Senator Leland Yee actually proposed this bill, which what would basically do is put somebody in charge of watching what Texas does and making sure it doesn't end up in California textbooks. But really, California's not even planning on looking at textbooks again until 2013. When you talk to people here, critics say, you know what, we have a big-time budget deficit here. We have so many other issues. Why is California worrying about this? Take a listen.
It's dueling political correctness. On the one hand, you've got Texas with its political correct ideas for what should be in textbooks. On the other hand, you have California with its ideas. It's too bad they're not looking for the best history, the best social science, the best academics.
So the bill did pass here in California. Its first hurdle. It still has a ways to go, but it passed 6-3 along party lines, Greg. So at this point, it's still in the plans. California may appoint somebody or have somebody watch what Texas does and make sure it doesn't end up here.
Bookworm Housley, reporting live from California. Thanks very much.
I've been called worse. Thanks, bud. All right.
Yeah, a lot worse. If you want to learn more about this, check out our website, foxnews.com. You're going to find the Textbook Wars link on the very top. Click it for the latest news and details on the possible changes. Again, foxnews.com.